because I think that, you know, the guys at the top, and I'm talking about Khabib, he really knows that I'm out here, that I'm the real challenge for him, but the rest of the public and the people don't know. So once I fully embarrass out on December 15th, then it's really going to kind of shine all that through, and everybody will know. In hindsight, the people, they want to see Khabib really challenge, and I think that I pose more questions than anybody else in the division. So that's really the fight that needs to be had. And that's where I was going to anyway. I'm not chasing no person. So, you know, I'm out here chasing titles.
Obviously, Khabib and Conor. Let's talk about that a little bit and then piece all of this together into a larger narrative. What did you make of the fight?
You know, I got to keep it real. I called that one wrong. You know, I came on your show and I called it wrong. You know, I guess I expected more out of Conor. And even when I watched that fight, I kind of saw a man that just fell out of love with the game. I saw a man that disrespected the game. They came at somebody with his hands down. And you know, the very first shot that Khabib took, Conor went over the top and tried to out-wrestle him. And, you know, I guess I expected more from that. I expected him to learn a little bit from Floyd, to have a little bit more of resolve and come in with a cleaner mindset and a smarter mindset. From Khabib, I kind of saw the same holes. I saw the same things. It just Conor didn't take advantage of them. To me, it seemed more of Conor losing rather than Khabib winning. And it just made it even better for me to kind of go out there and be the one to take that. I'm honestly, I even said it. I called Conor to win the fight, but I wanted Khabib to win, and you know, I got the best of both worlds. So.
Stay tuned. I mean, because the thing is, there's so many big opportunities for Khabib right now. Of course, Conor and the UFC, I would say, want to do the rematch. That's smart business. Okay, not smart business for Khabib, if I'm honest, because Conor is a tough opponent and he's a very skilled fighter. I would say that Khabib.
Well, he asked for record-breaking money. Khabib, he said to do the rematch. I don't know. I'm sure Harrington could chime in with this. First of all, also let me know, weren't they both officially suspended? Harrington, you could probably fill us in on a little bit of the background there, because I know that I read that both Conor and Khabib were suspended, and I also read that Khabib asked for like record-breaking money to do a rematch.
Yeah, they were both suspended for, I believe it was 10 days by the Nevada State Athletic Commission while they
So that's over already.
No. They're suspended for 10 days while they look into what the deeper penalties may be.
Thank you, sir. May I have another? That's what I would say. I'll take 20 days. Fuck it.
And yes, you are correct. He was just saying, you know, he's asking for record-shattering money if he's take that rematch, but he hasn't even, you know, gone on in the record saying I would 100% take it.
Did he give an inclination as to what kind of figure that we're talking about?
No, nothing yet.
Okay,
but
okay. So yeah, go ahead.
He did get an offer. I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday. 50 Cent said, what the UFC's doing to you is wrong. Come fight for me in Bellator. I'll give you $2 million cash.
Yeah, I did see that. And that's 50 Cent being 50 Cent lately.
Versus Derrick Lewis, UFC 230, Saturday, November 3rd, MSG.
Is that real?
Right here in our backyard.
Wait,
It
is
is
that real?
confirmed.
Yes.
It's weird to me because Derrick Lewis, the last thing he said was, I need to sit my ass down and do some cardio. I'm not ready for the champ. And then all of a sudden, this was announced. So it was like, oh, interesting.
Wow.
Maybe he's taking your advice, Matt Serra. Opportunity. Let me get on the treadmill.
Wait a second.
I don't know, but it's there.
What about...
This is our new main event.
What happened with him? When is he supposed to be fighting Brock?
Well, that's the thing.
What is
There's no
going on?
specific date for that Brock fight because Brock is still going through the USADA protocol, so he's not even going to be ready until
He's
early
taking out.
next
Hey,
year,
man.
so.
Not for nothing.
Interesting.
That's a hell of a chance.
I totally agree. I think that credit to DC for doing it and credit for Derrick Lewis. Why not?
Well,
but
all I
yeah,
know
that is a risky fight.
Very risky. Does DC think that Derrick Lewis is that easy of a situation?
Not easy, but DC is smart as heck. Never did I mention he never lost at heavyweight?
Right.
Phoenix, Carnivale.
Yes, you have mentioned this. I
I
recall.
wanted to make sure the audience knew. I knew you knew.
But
I just like to repeat shit.
I mean, I pick DC any day of the week over this fight. But we saw Derrick Lewis losing and then just throw a big right hand and then
take his pants off, right?
Then,
yes.
And then pull his balls off.
That's the thing, right? Everybody knows that the way Derrick Lewis is going to win a fight is to punch you with his right hand. So if you can negate that, fine. But he somehow wins almost every fight.
DC took a shot from Anthony Johnson, and he said that he still thinks about that punch. It was
I mean, you got to figure DC's wrestling is going to be the difference in that, right? He'll be able to keep Derrick down. Is what DC has to be thinking in his mind, right? But
now that you told me about this matchup, I got 3 words that come to me.
What?
Fun, fun, fun.
It is fun.
I'm happy about it.
And it's in your backyard.
It is, and I will be there.
That's right.
I will be
there.
there.
That card has a lot of fun happening.
I cannot wait.
There's a lot of fun things happening on that card.
November, what is it, 3rd?
November 3rd, yeah.
You were at UFC 229. You saw what happened after that fight. In the spirit of martial arts, were you disappointed with what happened?
Yeah, it was wrong. What happened was wrong. Am I disappointed? It wasn't really my fight. You know, I have no emotional connection to that. So I don't really have any feelings towards it. I'm not happy nor sad or nothing about it. It sucks that the sport got another black guy with this guy. But then we've been talking about it all day, and it's like now more people are talking about the UFC. It's bringing new fans. But then again, you also have people who love the professionalism of this sport, who are getting turned off by it. I don't know. Right now, I currently don't know if fans got dropped or if fans raised, or I don't have the scale or the numbers or the facts to know that. But, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like he should have killed them with the success right after. Instead of going in there and doing that, he should have just smiled, and now it was his turn to talk. You demolished this guy. You made history. You pretty much destroyed Conor. And I feel a better approach would have been just smile and then just shine that thing in his face and say, all your talk was, like it says, is #1 bullshit. That was, and rub it in his face in that way, you know? I feel like that would have got more under his skin than anything, you know? To beat him physically and then beat him mentally and get the last laugh in the end. And unfortunately, that didn't happen, man. His emotions popped up. He jumped over the cage and went after Conor's corners because they kept talking amongst each other. And the beef is real. It's not WWE. It's not fake. These guys really don't like each other. So I don't blame the guy for what he did because he's human. We all make mistakes. Should have he done that? No. Did he do it? Yes. Did he apologize? Yes.
Sort of.
Sort of. Sort of. Then you realize, hey, they talked about his dad. They talked about, let someone talk about your family and see how you react, you know? Especially, I get it, we're professionals, but we're fighters. We're professional fighters who have emotions, and we're humans. So if they slip up, they slip up.
You were offered a couple interim title fights. I know one was against Jeremy Stephens. I'm not sure who the other opponent was.
Frankie Edgar.
Frankie Edgar. So you declined those. I mean, short notice, different types of opponents, different styles.
I don't care about short notice fights. For me, I care about the right fight. I've taken fights on 2 weeks' notice. I've offered to fight Khabib on 6 days' notice. I fought Frankie on 3 weeks' notice. It's not a, you know, I'm not down to take short notice fights. It was the fact that if I'm going to fight for a belt, if the interim belt had, you know, value, in my opinion, then I would fight for it. But from what I've seen, this is my opinion, I didn't really have desire for that belt because the people who won that belt, they got stripped. Kobe, stripped. Ferguson, stripped. That girl that just got it, the 25 or 50, whatever the weight class is, stripped.
Well, that was the undisputed title for her, but
I'm just saying, still though, you know,
people are just
the
getting
interim title,
right.
They're getting stripped left and right. Why should I fight for that belt when I have a secure shot with the guy who I really want to show the world that I'm the best fighter against?
Yeah, it's a great point. I don't think that anybody would have said Brian Ortega is the best in the world because he beat Frankie Edgar twice in a row or beat Jeremy Stevens, who just lost to Jose Aldo. So that's the fight. End of the year, I think it's the best featherweight fight that can be made right now. I don't think there's a lot of people that would argue that.
Second biggest featherweight fight in UFC history.
Yeah, it's interesting. So people think you are the undefeated young guy on the block, new kid on the block, but you're actually older than Max, which is kind of interesting.
I just look younger.
Yeah, it just goes to show Max's resume is pretty outstanding.
Yeah, he's got miles on him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so do I. But he was thrown in the big league at a young age. And he was in the UFC, I believe, like at 18, 19 years old, which is unheard of. And to be able to be successful and have the run that he's had, I mean, the guy's a champ for a reason, you know? But that comes with some miles to your face. And I started a little bit later.